Hey everybody, welcome to our Wednesday night home-based business opportunity call. I'm really excited about the call tonight. I'm really excited about my guest speakers. And I'm gonna go ahead and launch the presentation. From the beginning. So, I am Dawn Cermak. I'm an executive wealth coach. I am Isagenix Millionaire number 205. I'm also in Isagenix Speak. I'm an 8-star Golden Circle, 5-star executive, and I also won the Rising Star and the Persistence Awards with Isagenix. This is my family, my awesome family. And how many of you on the call actually have enough family members that you can spell out Family Beach Week? That was a great family beach week. We had a lot of fun. We had a family triathlon and we did like this scavenger hunt. You never know what's going to happen on family beach week, but it's always, there's a lot of activity. And up in the corner over here on the left, that's me and my kids. And we were on an amazing, amazing family vacation. This summer, we went to the Dominican Republic. We rented out a 13-bedroom. The place looked like a mini resort. And we had our own chef and we had our own bartender. It was the vacation of a lifetime. It was so awesome. And down here in the right corner, this is me and my mom and my 2 girls and Robin and her kids in Maui. We won a trip to Maui with this company and it was just amazing. And over here, this is my daughter Maisie and I, and this was when we were living in London for the summer. Isagenix launched in London in the UK in 2017, so we went over to do some training and build a team. And it was another adventure of a lifetime. We have quite a few of them. I also was the contributing author of a book, Mom and Dadpreneurs. And this is a book that is stories from parents who found a way to put family first, just a different way of doing things. They didn't take the traditional path. There was 25 different stories of people who have followed their dreams and still managed to create a lot of time with their family. And so my question to you is, are you living your ideal life? Are you living the life that you thought you would be living? Or is the constant stress of having massive debt affecting you and your health and relationships? Are you living paycheck to paycheck? Do you worry every time that you're going to a doctor how much it's going to cost and if you're going to have money to pay the bill? Do you have enough time with your kids? Do you have enough money for fun and adventures? Do you have a safety net? Like if you lose your job or like this government furlough that we're all having here, do you have a safety net? If you didn't get paid for a month, could you get your bills paid? Are you on track with funding your retirement? And are you worried about paying your children's college tuition? Are you really and truly living your ideal life? So this is one of my favorite questions. If you had a magic wand and time and money were of no consequence, you had all the time and money in the world, what would you do with your life? And how would that feel? So would you become a concert pianist and tour the world? Would you train for the Tour de France? Would you go to Africa and build an orphanage? I know these all sound like crazy pie in the sky dreams, but we said time and money is of no consequence, right? Well, what if you had, let's scale it back a little bit. What if you had $5,000 extra dollars? What if $5,000 showed up in your bank account? What would you do with that? Can you think of 3 things you would do with $5,000? Can you write them down on a piece of paper? I mean, maybe you would just pay off some of that debt, right? It's the number one thing when I talk to people about what they would do if they had extra money. They say, I would pay down debt. I said, well, that's not very fun. And they say, it's so stressful to have so much debt. It's the first thing they would do, pay down debt. If you don't have debt, maybe that $5,000 would fund, a Disney cruise, or maybe it would be the down payment on a second car that you need. Like what? $5,000. showed up tomorrow in your bank account, what would you do with it? Write it down. So has anybody ever heard JOB, just over broke? Juggling our bills, JOB. This is an alternative definition of the JOB. And did you sign up for the 40-40-40? This is the traditional, this is what our parents did, right? 40-40-40, 40 hours of work. You do that for 40 years and you retire, if you're lucky, on 40% of what you struggled to live on all your life. And that's, if you're lucky. A lot of people retire and there's no 40%, there's no pension. That 40% is kind of a thing of the past, actually. And so I have Adam Sisk on the call tonight. Adam didn't go for the traditional 40-40-40. He went a little bit of a different route. And he was a lot of things. He was actually a Major League Baseball player. And most recently, he and his wife live in Ocean City, Maryland, and in a beautiful resort town. And they were both bartending at Secrets. And if you know anything about bartending, in a seasonal bartending, you work what, 7 days a week, Adam? And you work all summer, like crazy stressed out, work all summer to pay for the winter. And then in the winter, you stress about how you're going to get to the summer again, right? So Adam, can you share your story with everybody?
Absolutely. Absolutely, Dawn. Thank you for the introduction. We're very happy to be here. Mary Beth is sitting next to me. So yeah, the 40-40-40 didn't really apply to me. I was doing more along the lines of the 80-10-0. You know, I was working 80 hours a week for about 9 months out of the year for the last 10 years with zero pension whatsoever. And, you know, I always thought if I worked more and more and more, I would just be better off. But the more I worked, the less I lived and got time to spend with my kids. And the reality was, at least for me, was I was working all spring, summer, and fall to pay for my winter. So, you know, it was stressful to say the least, you know, to have a really fat bank account, you know, come Halloween, and then by St. Patrick's Day, you know, it's not so fat anymore. And one of the worst parts of it for us was the fact that we lived in a beach resort town and we could never, ever enjoy it. I mean, what we did was fun. Don't get me wrong. It was great. We had a blast. And I loved doing what I was doing. I even loved doing the lawn care stuff. But, you know, we never got a chance to enjoy it. So in February of 2016, we were both introduced to Isagenix. And, you know, I did it because I had 20 years of bar and restaurant running through my blood, which was basically booze, grease, and beer. And I just did not feel well. So I heard about this cleanse option that Isagenix was that they had in their repertoire. And so I jumped on board. My wife, Mary Beth, she jumped on board for the weight loss aspect because we just had baby number 2. And she had great results, you know, dropped 45 pounds in no time. She got back to her wedding day weight, which was fantastic. I felt like a new man. You know, I didn't want to feel like I felt at 39, but now at 43, I feel fantastic. And so people noticed our results, and it was crazy because, you know, people came to us and all they did was they said, "Hey, what are you doing? You look great," or "You lost a lot of weight," or whatever. And all we did was share what we did. And then they made their decision to do the same. And then they got great results. And then people asked them what happened. And then they got great results, and repeat. Long story short, we started making a couple dollars with this, basically referral fees and things like that. And I started getting some noticeable money that I could say, well, okay, I can take Thursday off now. Oh, well, I can take Thursday and Friday off now. I can take Thursday, Friday, and Saturday off now. You know, and then I did it with the lawn care company as well that I started. And I'm very thankful for that because my body just could not take any more bartending and lawn care. Bad back, bad knees. You know, it's a long sob story. But so this has been a super duper blessing. Fast forward to today, we're recognized as 6-figure earners. I was the top 26 in the company of 600,000 leaders in action last year. I've been to London, to Maui, to Phoenix, to Arizona, to Vegas, to Nashville. Been on a cruise, all expense paid cruise. We're going to Disney next month that we won through Isagenix, and we're fully retired and we're doing what we love, and we get to spend every day with our kids, and it's just been fantastic. And we're just so thankful. And this is the new economy, and we're glad we found it.
So can I ask you, Adam, because I know that the question comes up, and so I thought we'd just put it out on the table right up front. Is this a pyramid scheme?
Yeah. You know, I just really close one, and it trips me out because pyramid schemes are illegal, right? I mean, what we do is network marketing or direct sales. And what people don't realize is all businesses are a pyramid shape, right? You have like for instance, the bar that I used to work at, or every bar I used to work at, there's the owner, there's the chief financial officer, there was a vice president, and then there were some managers underneath, more managers, and then there was some assistant managers, and then there was, the bar staff, the wait staff, the security staff, janitorial staff. So if you look at it from that aspect, yes, it is a pyramid, but no, it's not a scheme, right? I mean, we're regulated by the FTC. This company is a $6 billion company doing $1 billion a year in 18 countries. So no, this is definitely not a pyramid scheme, but I get that a lot.
Yeah, and I think the thing that a lot of people don't understand, and from what I've seen, is you have a pyramid, right? And everybody assumes that means the person at the top, by definition, right? A pyramid, the person at the top makes the most money, and that absolutely is not the case.
Right, that absolutely is.
We were talking today, Adam. You're like a lot of levels down. There's thousands of people between me and you, right? But you on my team has 20,000 people on it. You are one of the top 4 earners on my team.
Yeah.
Even though I started in 11 years ago, you started 3 years ago, and you're, if you're going to call it a pyramid, you're way down here, but you're making a lot more money than thousands of people above you.
Yeah. And
that's not a pyramid, right?
No, not a pyramid at all. I mean, if you want to make money, good money, like business, like traditional business money, you have to treat this like a business, like nothing else. Okay. So, the opportunity is there for everybody. It's been fantastic. I've had great leadership with the Cermak sisters and things like that. And, but yeah, there's no way I would have made the kind of money that I'm making now doing what I was doing before, and enjoying the time freedom that I have now, right? I mean, Mary Beth and I wake up every day, what do you want to do today? Besides the kids, the kids' activities that are set, we're like, what do you want to do? Well, I don't know, what do you want to do? And that's how we go about every day now, and it's so awesome.
And there's so much opportunity.
Yeah, there's so much opportunity. We can do whatever we want.
And it's a little easier on the knees, right?
It's a lot easier on the knees. Right. I mean, if you got a smartphone and Wi-Fi access, you can do this business. It's just fantastic. I love it. It's been a godsend and a blessing for us, especially
Absolutely.
for me with my injuries and things like that. But anybody can do this, right?
Yeah. I wanted to be at home with my kids. That was what I not really aspired, but that's what I wanted to do. That was what I felt in my heart, and I can do that.
Yeah.
That makes me so happy.
Absolutely.
Now you're both home with your kids.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I mean, my mom and dad, grew up, anyway, we know what traditional work is, the 40-40-40, right? And, life's too short to just pay bills and die, right? We want to live, and we're thankful for this opportunity. It's not for everybody. We get that. But if you're on this call and you're questioning it, you should really reach out to the person who brought you here, because I didn't think it was for us either. I went a year without even really looking into the business aspect of things. I just loved the product so much because it made me feel better, made you feel better. And it wasn't until, you know, a year in, I was like, all right, let me dive into this a little bit more.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks for sharing. I'm sure
Thanks for having
everybody
us.
enjoyed hearing your story. And so we have the new economy, right? Everybody's hearing about the new economy, the gig economy. We've got Uber, where you're able to leverage your personal vehicle, and Airbnb, where you're able to leverage extra rooms in your house, and Shopify, where you can create a business online. And it's great. And you're still trading time for money, right? And so if you look at this, this looks a little confusing, but we're going to go through it really quick. If you have a job, you are trading your time for money. You're getting paid by the hour, paid a salary. You're trading your time for money. It's like 1-to-1, right? If you own a job, which is maybe you're a subcontractor, you're a 1099 person, right? You're a freelancer. It's great. You have more control over your time maybe, but you're still trading time for money, right? Now, if you're an investor and your money's working for you, that's awesome. But we're going to look at the next slide in a minute, and it's a real eye opener. It's great to have your money working for you and having your income not be dependent on your presence. And we'll look at the next slide in a minute. How much money do you need working for you in order to generate some decent income? And then this top slide, the top quadrant, if you will, is business ownership. And that's where with your job, you're one person making 100% of the income, right? As a business owner, in a lot of situations, you are making 1% on the efforts of 100 people, right? So what would you rather do? J. Paul Getty, what would you rather do? Earn 1% off of 100 people or 100% of your own efforts? So here's a slide. Let me see if I can move me so you can see. I'm gonna move me. I know there's a lot of numbers on this slide, but zero in on the red arrows. The capital required to generate $54 a week. So if you invested your money at 3%, which if you can find a place where that you can get guaranteed 3%, tell me where it is, because I've not seen a guaranteed 3% interest rate in a really long time. But in order to generate $54 a week, you would have to have $93,000 in the bank to generate $54 a week. In order to generate $500 a week, which a lot of people on this call generate. There's a lot of people on this call tonight, myself, Robin, and Adam for sure, that are all generating more than $500 a week. To generate $500 a week at 3% interest, you'd have to have almost $1 million in the bank. It's right here, $939,000 to generate $542 a week. So what's easier, to save until you actually have $93,000 in the bank to generate $54 a week? Or in our business, $54 a week happens to be one cycle. That's one cycle. And down there, that $542, that's 10 cycles. It's not a lot. Again, there's a lot of people on this call that are generating that every single week. So what's easier, amassing a fortune to try to get an interest on it, or doing what we do? So I think we can all agree, being a business owner, clear choice. So here's the question. Oh, sorry. Trying to move me back. How do you start? What do you do? Doesn't it cost a lot of upfront capital or a big franchise fee? Don't you have to hire a lawyer to create a company? LLC, sole proprietorship, partnership, subchapter S? Isn't it really confusing? Don't you have to have expertise or experience in something? Don't you need to have your own unique idea or service to offer to start your own company? Does the thought of all that completely paralyze you? Well, you're not alone. It completely paralyzes a lot of people. And we have a solution. And you don't have to empty your savings to get started. You don't need to invest a ton in inventory. You don't need to ship anything or do any billing. You don't need to spend money on advertising. You don't need to hire people. You don't need to worry about payroll taxes. You don't need to worry about resets and volume flushes. Those of you who have been in other companies know all about resets and volume flushes, and you're paid to infinite levels, right? We have the solution, and this is a business in a box. So this company, Isagenix, has solutions. We are a solution-based company. We have solutions for weight wellness. We have solutions for performance if you want to get more out of your workouts at the gym. We have solutions for vitality and well-being, for healthy aging and energy. We have solutions for personal care and beauty, for skincare. And we have a kick-ass financial wellness solution. Why Isagenix versus any other company? Why Isagenix? Well, nearly 300 people in this company have earned more than $1 million. This company's been growing for 16 plus years and earned over $6 billion in sales. We're tried and true, and we're not going anywhere. We're rock solid, and we're privately held, responsibly run, and we have no operational debt. Built on integrity and the vision to impact world health. This is our world headquarters in Gilbert, Arizona. And we're a global company. We're open in 19 countries. And this part of the opportunity really excites me. I'm actually leaving to go to Barcelona in just a couple weeks. And we're open in Spain. And I've already talked to some people. One gal that I met on an airplane a few years ago, I said, hey, I'm coming into Barcelona. I'd love to meet with you and talk to you a little bit more about this Isagenix thing. And she said, great. So we have a date to meet on Friday when I get in. And because I'm doing presentations and because I have business meetings set up, I'm able to pay for my trip with pre-tax dollars. So can you imagine being able to travel with pre-tax dollars? That's a pretty big deal. That's a pretty big cost savings. So I'm excited. I'm really excited about my trip to Barcelona. And my sister, who's about to speak, I was in Barcelona. In 2014, I took my then 8-year-old daughter and moved to Barcelona because I could. And it was the adventure of a lifetime. And it was our YOLO trip, right? You only live once, YOLO. It was our YOLO trip. And Robin, who had just Quincy at the time, came and spent a month with me hanging out in Barcelona because we could. And so I'm bringing Robin on next to tell her story. Robin is Isagenix millionaire number 271, 2 millionaires in the family. She is a 6-star Golden Circle, 2-star Crystal Executive, and she is the leader of Sunshine Living. I can't wait for her to come on and share her story. Let me see if I can get her. There.
I'm here.
There you are. There
Hi.
she is.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I always love to share my story because I really love to inspire other people. And I think that this opportunity is open for everyone who chooses to take advantage of it. And when I was introduced to Isagenix, I said, no, no, no. I was the person who was like, keep your magic pills and potions to yourself. And I'm going to keep running my butt off, literally, and not getting anywhere. I was the gym rat, running 40 miles a week, not getting any results, and just really frustrated and stuck. So when I finally did say yes to Isagenix, I had an amazing physical reaction, and everybody wanted what I had because they saw me working out, and then all of a sudden they saw me shrink, and my time in my marathons shrunk as well, and I was just this Energizer bunny setting the world on fire, and people wanted a piece of what I was doing. And at the time, I was a jet setter. I was working full-time as a sales executive in the trade show industry, traveling internationally, but never saw the outside of the hotel or the convention center. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, it must be so nice to go international travel. I'm like, yeah, if you're into conventions and hotel lobby bars, yeah, that's great. But, you know, there wasn't any exploration. There wasn't any time to do anything else because I had to rush back to the office after being gone for 2 weeks to make up for all the work that I was doing. So to say that I didn't have a personal life is an understatement. I was always traveling or working. And so when I found myself in my mid to late 30s and still single and honestly wanting a family but not having the opportunity to settle down, Isagenix came into my life and provided an opportunity that I couldn't say no to. Well, I did say no again, but I finally said yes. But Dawn came at me and, you know, it was 1 week and she said, you know, you just made $750 last week. And I said, that's great. But for me at the time, I was making a lot of money and $750 wasn't a game changer in my bank statement. And then she said to me, and it wasn't that same conversation, it was a little while later, but she said, I want to travel the world and I want to have time freedom and I want to do what I want, when I want, how I want. I said, all right, now you have my attention, because at the time I didn't have any of that. So again, there was no time freedom in what I was doing. I was successful. I was at the top of my game, but I didn't have any time freedom. And so when I said yes to Isagenix, it was a game changer in so many aspects of my life. And there are many people in Isagenix, many millionaires, many leaders that will tell you that Isagenix gave their family freedom. And I say Isagenix gave me my family, because those two beautiful children right there, they exist because I had the courage to say yes to Isagenix, and I had the courage to take advantage of their compensation plan to a point where I did have the financial freedom and I did have the time freedom where I could actually have those babies on my own. I'm the best mom. I spend all day with them. I've never missed a first. And honestly, it is the best thing I ever did, and it's because of Isagenix, because I could say yes, and I believed in myself, because Isagenix also comes with this great thing called confidence and personal growth and like this inner strength that you never know you had. And when you find that, you can do anything that you believe you can do. And I'm doing it, and honestly, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of the team we've created. I'm proud of the rock stars that I surround myself on a daily basis. And my hashtag is, first of all, it's work, not work, because I would never consider what I do waking up and working, because like Adam and Mary Beth, I wake up and I'm like, what do I want to do today? Do I want to train for half marathon? Do I want to lay on the couch and watch Thomas the Train? I mean, I can do what I want, when I want. And, you know, the people that I get to work with are my best friends, and now we travel the world together, and it's pretty cool. So my second hashtag is what a cool life, because I'm pretty sure that I have the coolest life ever, and anybody can do it too with us, because we want people to do it with us.
And you designed it. You designed your life exactly the way you wanted it. You got really clear in your vision. I was there, so I know. You got really clear in your vision about what you wanted, and you created it. And in the traditional workplace, that's not necessarily possible, right? Look at those two. Look at that face, that little face right there, the one that's riding Thomas the Tank Engine. That boy, he's scrumptious. So, thanks for sharing your story, Robin.
Yes.
And so, here's the thing. What we do, how many of you who are on this call, how many of you that are listening already purchase these items every month? Do you use protein shakes? Do you purchase energy drinks? Do you use meal replacement bars? Do you buy healthy snacks? Do you buy vitamins? Do you buy coffee? Do you buy probiotics? Do you buy metabolism boosters, skincare and beauty products? Do you buy essential oils? Do you buy these products every month? Because what we're doing is really just redirected spending. So the money that you're already spending on protein shakes, the money that you're already spending on vitamins, the money that you're already spending, what we're doing is helping you set up your own virtual health and wellness store so that you can buy those products that you're already spending money on. You can buy these products in your own store, right? And so this is how it works. It's a very, very simple model. You open your own virtual health and wellness store. We'll help you get it done. It's really, really easy. You shop from your own store once a month, buying those products that you're already spending money on elsewhere. So you're taking the money you're already spending on protein shakes and meal bars and energy drinks, and you're spending them in your own store. You're getting paid to shop at your own store. Then you show other people how to do exactly the same thing, to redirect their spending to their own virtual health and wellness store. And then, thanks to the power of two, which we're going to see in a minute, you watch your business explode and kick back to enjoy your residual income. That seems pretty easy, right? So here's the power of two. The power of two is exponential growth. So you're not out, you know, I know people have this fear of, you're not out recruiting. If you get two people and they each share with two people, right? Now you actually have 6 people, but you have 4 people. 2 people share with 2 people, that's the next level's 4. So if those 4 people share with 2 people, follow along on the chart, those 4 people share with 2 people, now you have 8 at the next level, right? Those 8 people, each of them just shares with 2 people. Everybody knows 2 people, right? You know 2 and they each know 2. Everybody knows 2 people. So if they share with 2 people, now you're at 16. One more step, one more level of sharing, you're at 32. And then one more, you're at 64. And when you have 64 people, so you've shared with 2 in theory, you've only found 2 people and they've each shared with 2. You've shown them how to share and they've shared with 2 people. You have 64 people. Your monthly income is almost $400 a month. And if you remember back to that $93,000 slide, that $400 a month, you need $93,000 in the bank to generate $400 a month. And we did it by telling 2 people who told 2 people who told 2 people, right? So who can we share this with? What 2 people do you know in your life that you would want to share this with? What people in your life need one of the solutions that we talked about earlier? The weight wellness, the vitality, the performance, the energy, the healthy aging. And who in your life that you know needs this financial solution, needs that extra $100, $200, $300 a month, right? There's a statistic that an extra $500 a month could prevent 50% of the bankruptcies in America. $500 a month. So it's crazy that for some people that they think that 2 to 5 years in business is a long time to get rich. But they don't feel that 40 years at a job is a long time to stay broke. Being broke is hard. Becoming wealthy is hard. So people say to me, isn't network marketing really hard? Isn't getting out of your comfort zone and talking to people and, you know, hosting meetings, isn't that hard? Isn't being a people connector hard? Choose your hard. For me, what's hard is not being able to go on vacation when I want to go on vacation, not having the money to go on vacation when I want to go on vacation. And if I go on vacation, being worried about what's happening back at the office and being so stressed out that I don't even enjoy my vacation. What's hard for me is not being able to call my time my own, not being able to get to my kids' games and concerts. What's hard for me is having to tell my kids that even though they're super smart and they have this dream of going to a college that we can't afford it. So choose your hard, right? This is our team. You don't have to do this alone. You get mentorship, you get one-on-one coaching, you get a turnkey system, you get motivation and inspiration, you get challenges, and you get a whole lot of fun. And support. I mean, this team is awesome. Robin talked about her team. She's got Sunshine Living, Adam's Team OC. all of us together, our team dream, achieve, repeat. This is not, you don't have to, you earn as you learn, and it's an amazing experience. You've never been surrounded in your life with so many people who lift you up and inspire you and support and motivate. And so if you're like I was, this all looks good on paper, but you know what? You're just not sure. Like, I am an introvert. I'm not a salesperson. I have not 1 ounce of sales in my body. I'm a terrible public speaker. Like, I didn't want any parts of this. But then I actually studied the compensation plan and saw what was possible. And I thought, I have to at least give this a try. So my wish for you is that you take a look at this with an open mind and fresh eyes, and choose from why you would instead of why you wouldn't or shouldn't. So look back on what you wrote on that paper, your answer to the magic wand question or your answer to the $5,000 question. Is what you wrote down worth trying something new? I think it might be. So thank you for getting on the call tonight. We know your time is valuable, and I love that everybody was on the call. And if you're new, you want to get back with the person who invited you to the call and maybe find out a little bit more, maybe make a good choice. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining.